I was just talking about how, since I've been here, there was this crackhead nigga, who was living with us, and it's because of this crackhead nigga that I basically got, stopped by the police because they was basically profiling me and kind of juxtaposing me with him. And you think about it, we ain't too terribly off. Like, and I told somebody this at the gym that somebody of mine I talked to at the gym, and he was like, that was pretty much like some birds of a feather type of thing, and I was like, no, it was more like skin folk ain't kinfolk type of thing, because you look at me and see this is where the narrative of the Pac nigga fails versus the educated lane, because I'm fully aware that even though I'm not a Steve Urkel type nigga, but the fact that I'm as smart as I'm probably as smart as Steve Urkel by default makes me the educated lane, right? And in the eyes of black women, especially those in their prime, all of us are dusty. We're all dusty just by the default of being black men. You see how the narrative fails? You see how it's a losing battle? How you can't win to lose? Oh, this one in the par three. That's all right. But you see how you fail regardless? You lose regardless. That's, to me, that's the ultimate realization. Whether you choose to be, on some coon shit, whether that's the goon, the fruit, the entertainer, or whether you go down the straight and narrow, the path of most resistance, as I call it, not the path of least resistance, like what Will Smith did, smacking the shit out of Chris Rock, bro. That was the path of least resistance, because you didn't smack the shit out of an August Alsina, and that's why people been clowning your ass, talking about some. You wouldn't have done that to The Rock. You wouldn't have done that to any of these other comedians. You would do it to a Chris Rock though, because Chris Rock ain't gonna bust a grape. And that's another problem. Being a comedian, yeah, you make people laugh. You make people laugh. But you ain't. People don't expect you just by the default of you being an entertainer. People don't expect you to be out there busting a grape, unless you give that kind of demeanor off. And even then, it's a demeanor that you have to maintain. That say, yeah, I'm funny, but I'll knock your punk ass out. I like to think Bernie Mac was very much. Bernie Mac could definitely put that balance in place to say, yeah, I'm a funny motherfucker, but I'll knock you the fuck out. I'll slap the shit out you. I think anyway. At least with he said he denoted that about motherfuckers kids, because I was just I was just thinking back to the Kings of Comedy where he was talking about the skit where he was gonna run a daycare talking about some I'll fuck your kid up. It was like these kids will kill you. Like they ain't gonna kill me. I'm gonna kill them. But yeah, man. But that incident right there where you had it was very ironic. You had a black man who just got accepted. I don't know if I told y'all that either. I don't know if I told y'all if I got accepted into CU Denver. I'm pretty sure I told y'all that, I was getting ready to go back to school and whatnot. But yes, I haven't. If I haven't, I have been accepted into CU Denver. I'm officially, basically in that database. And as of now, the only thing to do now is go to basically to start new student orientation. But I got some things to take care of, so I actually won't be attending classes probably until next year or the year after. But who cares? I mean, the fact of the matter is, I got in. I'm doing what I came out to Denver, Colorado to do. Cause that's why I'm here. Otherwise, I really don't have much of a reason. I mean, other than to get the fuck out of Memphis, of course. I mean, it would seem to me that the sole purpose of even living in Memphis, was to see just how fucked up the world can really be, based off of Memphis standards, and to do something even in a place like that, like getting my degree and getting the fuck up out of there, and setting the foundation so that I can do that twice over in my new city, which is Denver, Colorado. Now juxtapose that brother with that kind of profile, right, to this nigga, this sorry ass, crackhead ass, Pookie and Ray Ray ass nigga who is in and out of jail, got drugged out here some motherfucking where from Little Rock, Arkansas, some motherfucking where. Don't know how the fuck he got out here. Basically was dependent on his mama. Just a sorry ass Negro. Just a sorry ass Negro. This is what I mean when I say skin folk ain't kinfolk. A lot of you niggas are just gonna have to go. We can't hold you niggas no more. We can't afford you niggas no more. And I'm pretty sure you can hear the frustration in my voice when I voice my opinion about these Negroes, because I've been dealing with these type of Negroes my whole motherfucking life. And somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to call it out. And if it's got to be someone who just happened to be, raised in a two-parent household and understands what it means to be a functional human being due to being raised by a father, then so be it. Cause it ain't coming from these emotional catty ass Negroes who haven't had the opportunity of having a father in their life. And as unfortunate as that is, who has time to sympathize for them niggas? The trials and tribulations of life will not allow us to spend time feeling sorry, having sympathy for the devil, having sympathy for bastards, especially when their lifestyle puts our very lives in jeopardy, where you up here being hemmed up by the motherfucking police because they think they you, until you could very well be that motherfucker until you identify yourself. See what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are dangerous. And it's time to cut all of these motherfuckers off. It's time, black man, progressive black man, you need to cut all these niggas up out your life. They're dangerous. Will Smith should have left a bitch like Jada Pinkett where he found her. This lets me know that even with the kind of, and I don't think the women that I was dealing with were no crackheads or no junkies or nothing like that. I had to throw them bitches under the bus. You know why? Because they're part of it. They co-sign it, they part of it. You either one of us or you one of them. They chose to be one of them. It is what it is. And I don't care how fine they think they is. And believe me, if you only saw, for a so-called educated lame, for a so-called Steve Urkel type nigga, if you saw the kind of females I had coming my way, Whether they was choosing up on me or, like I said, I was going stepping to them, your jaw would hit the ground. Ghetto hood rat hyenas don't win the genetic lottery like that. Most of them bitches are some of the roughest nigga looking motherfuckers you ever want to run into. Looking like a bunch of niggas that can have some kids. Acting like a bunch of niggas that can have some kids. Because that's just part of their culture. That's just who they are. And how they got to that point is, as unfortunate as it is neither here or there. We don't have time to feel sorry for these niggas. We got somewhere to go because we know, we recognize the powers that be are trying to put us in there with them on some crabs in the barrel type shit. They're trying to throw us into that same nigga hole that they got them in. So it has time to feel sorry for a bunch of niggas who basically acquiesce to the narrative that I'm just gonna live out my life basically as a nigga. And still be subject to the racism and the vitriol, the anti-black vitriol of the planet. The way I see it, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So you might as well do what's in your best favor. These niggas don't even think that far. These niggas think, where am I gonna get my next fix? Where am I gonna get my next stash of weed, crack, booze, and coochie? Where that's coming from? Not when am I going to start racking up money so that I can start paying for these classes, and how many majors do I want to pull out of the University of Colorado at Denver? Because I just added on some. I know I told y'all about bioengineering, biochemistry, and I might have told y'all about mechanical engineering, but I got another major to add. Electrical engineering. I'm going for electrical engineering too. With, along with comp science from another university, CU Boulder. Those are my questions. How am I gonna balance going to CU Denver one semester, all the while maintaining enough money or raising enough money to go to CU Boulder another semester to get those online courses out of the way? Because even though it's gonna take a lot less time, it's gonna be expensive than a motherfucker. Because it's expensive than a motherfucker to go to CU Boulder, even more so than CU Denver. But CU Boulder's offering that online degree, which it only consists of 48 credit hours. That's what I came out here for. That's why I'm here. Not how am I gonna get Big Booty Judy, Big Booty Becky, Big Booty Maria, mind you, in a town who's known for having some of the worst dating statistics in the country. Who has time for that? Who has time for that? Pookie and Ray Ray have time for that. Black Men of Progress don't have time for that shit. And we just have to look at it as a side effect of Babylonian society to have rusty, dusty, crusty strags coming our way, thinking based off of the stereotypes that this Babylonian media in society, as far as the stereotypes that they perpetuate upon us, that I can come at this nigga all kinds of fucked up. I can come at this nigga. See, they know better than to go at their own men like that. They know better than that. But with you, it's all good. It's all cool in the game. Right? We got to set the standard a little higher than what we've been doing. Because I guarantee you, I guarantee goddamn to you, it's niggas who can't wait to wife up a Jada Pinkett. You know, once Will finally realizes that she don't fuck with him like that, and she never did, and she never will, despite having, you know, his kids. And motherfuckers like this Paula Patton, which prior to today I had no earthly idea who she was, but clearly she's just another mulatto who thinks she has access to black men. Now that Brad and Chad ain't fucking with her like that no more. Brad and Chad doesn't want her anymore. And so now she feels entitled. She literally feels entitled to go over to black men. And she in her maiden call, which, you know, surprises me that she just didn't get on her hands, and knowing what we know about these females, knowing what we know about these people and the stereotypes that they have about us, I'm surprised she didn't just get on her hands and knees and start twerking. Like, just do the traditional maiden call of the community. Just twerk. There'll be some niggas that'll react to that. There'll be some niggas that react to this whole fried chicken video. Knowing damn well you niggas don't want none of that nasty ass mulatto inspired fried chicken. You know that fried chicken is all fucked up. I mean, come on now. We talking about niggas now. You know that fried chicken gonna taste like some dog shit. But she gets a pass just like Stacey Dash would get a pass just off the strength of being a mulatto, albeit Brad and Chad's sloppy seconds of a mulatto. You niggas would still take her in because you have no motherfucking standards. And it gets on my fucking nerves because this is the kind of bullshit that's presented to me. And it's frustrating as fuck when you know where they're coming from. You know why they're doing what they're doing. They're coming to you because they have no other alternatives. Otherwise, they would be with a Brad or a Chad or a Tyrone. They coming to you because they ain't got nowhere else to go. All the while disrespecting your ass, and I mean based on the fucked up stereotypes that this country has for your black ass. And like I said, you take a brother like me, a brother who's made Cambodian pho, who's been making Thai curry, who's been making Indian snacks for years, and I'm supposed to be impressed if you coming up to me making some fried chicken, and I'd be like, well, bitch, how would you like it? How would you like it, Mylene, if I came at you with some egg foo young, some motherfucking Sichuan beef noodle soup? How would you like it? And you notice when these motherfuckers, you ask them these questions, you catch them in their fuck up, they don't really have a genuine answer. They're like, cause black man, you're supposed to be so fucking dumb that you're not supposed to ask those kind of hard hitting questions. You're just supposed to just go along with it. You're supposed to go along with the fact that, oh, she made some fried chicken for you, so hey, at least she cooked for you, right? I mean, it's as unauthentic and it's as fake gets. And what it really is, it's a cry for help. She ain't got nowhere else to go, so she comes to your black ass. And I'm here to say that unless and until we change the narrative, until we change the expectation and demand more of the female populace, this shit will never change. I, for the life of me, don't understand why is it that I have to be, having accomplished the things that I've accomplished, I have to feel intimidated being in the presence of so-called so-called high value women, because just because a woman has a very high sexual market value does not mean that she's a high value woman by no stretch of the imagination. But we take it that way, and I think that's completely and utterly fucked up. Because these so-called high value women with very high sexual market values, they're retards. They're stupid as fuck. And most of them, let's call it, most of them are getting by on their ass and titties and have been around the block. They're for the streets. Can we just call it? Can we just keep it a buck instead of bullshitting and looking at these worthless broads as some sort of goddesses? You look at these broads 5 years from now, they're gonna be 20 pounds, if not hell, 100 pounds overweight. They're gonna be all fucked up in the face. They're gonna have all kinds of kids that they done squirted out from their baby daddies, most of whom are Pookie and Ray Ray. And they're gonna be gonna be up there hunting for your black ass. And to which I'm gonna be like, bitch, you got me fucked up. Get the fuck out my motherfucking face with that shit. We need to set our standards a little higher as black men so that we're not on the world stage slapping the shit out of another black man, just like you see in the hoods, in the ghettos of North Memphis, and the ghettos of Chicago, and ghettos all across this country, doing all this goofy shit at the behest of this worthless nigger bitch. And I'll catch y'all in the next vid. I'm out.